Hello everybody and welcome to my Let's Play. Now you might see a few other people chatting away today, but I'm doing this on my own, so ignore that. I am Avogadro-Mole Moliere, and we will be exploring the Tekkit Pack Pneumatic Tube system. Here we have a basic setup of the heartbeat of the thing, the timer, a filter, and some pneumatic tubes. I'll demonstrate the behavior of pneumatic tubes when interacting with covers to keep them from interacting with each other, like that mess over there. Excuse me. And I'll also demonstrate the basic behavior of a filter. And after that, I'll demonstrate the behavior of a system of pneumatic tubes when things are pushed into that system by a filter. Later on, I'll demonstrate the sorting machines as well. So here we have a bit of a mess. All we have to do to clean that up is add a few covers. And these covers are very easily made by taking a diamond saw and hacking them up with and hacking up a regular old plank of wood. You can do that with cobblestone, you can do that with obsidian, and the hacksaw doesn't go away when you do that. It loses a bit of durability. So we've turned that mess into something useful. Later on, I'll show you how that'll be useful over there. A filter moves things out of containers into the pneumatic network and seeks out the nearest container. That is the very basic operation of a filter. It requires a redstone pulse. When this timer hits the cathode, you'll see the pulse in a moment. There it was. In order to put this in the correct direction, stupid torch. In order to put this in the correct direction, aim where you want the poop chute of the thing to head, and it'll go there. On either end of this, there's a mouth and a poop chute of sorts. And you'll have to hold shift in order to click on it directly. And you'll see that during every tick, actually, these things should not be in the filter, they should be in this box. At every tick, you'll remove a stack. There it goes. Now if I go in here and I say, I only want you to remove half a stack. There's the first stack, there's the half a stack. I'm going to apply some paint. You'll see an orange line. See, there's an outline. Let's make it a little brighter. Purple. There'll be a purple outline. That'll become important later on as well. So that was the basic operation of a filter. Let's get back all our materials. I'll leave this going. Now you can right click on this timer and change the time intervals. At the moment I have it at 10 seconds for demonstration purposes. Typically you'd want it somewhere around 1 second. Any faster than that, you're adding a lot of lag to the server. The very fastest you ever want to have it is at half a second, because the way that Minecraft keeps track of time is in ticks, and each of these ticks is somewhere around an increment of time that if you increase this speed past 0.5 seconds, it'll have difficulty keeping up. On any server where you're worried about lagging other people, be considerate, keep it past 1 second. You are doubling the lag every time you double the speed of this. You're increasing the number of boxes that go through your system, increasing the number of items, etc. So at the moment, I have this one deactivated through the use of a constant redstone charge. A redstone pulse will cause it to operate naturally. See? And a constant redstone charge will make it turn off. Now that first one went to the closest box. See that? It ignored the rest of the system because it detected that that box was closer. Let's do it again. I'll put in a larger amount of cobblestone this time, and it'll send it to the closest one. Now at the moment, it's giving them a yellow bit of paint. I can deactivate that and it will put no paint on it, and once again it'll go to the closest one. If I paint this, but there's no paint on the cobblestone, why don't we fill that up? Just one moment. Okay, we're back. So I filled that up. Hello, why are we going so slow? Wow, 1 second. Okay, and we're back. Don't know why we're going so slow, but we'll figure that out. So, this filter is not applying any paint and is pulling out full stacks of anything that it sees in this box. So, let's turn it on. And because they're unpainted, they will easily go through the white painted tube. Now, let's apply an orange. Well, first, let's apply white paint, and they'll easily go through again. There you go. Now if we apply magenta paint, they will skip that one and go to the nearest one on the network. One more thing to show you, that is restriction tubes. These are very interesting. Restriction tubes, I'm told, add 5,000 length to the length of the network. So what we have now is it'll be some pink cobblestone coming out, rejecting the white tube, and choosing between this tube and this tube for which is longest. Because of that restriction tube, this one is vastly longer, even though it doesn't appear to be. One moment. There you are. And that is the basics of how filters work. Now, filters can also be placed inline, and I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, so we have a basic setup here. A source chest, a filter to pull things out of that chest, a basic pneumatic tube system here, and an inline filter on the left, and two destination chests. Now what's going to happen is this filter, as soon as I turn off the constant redstone charge that's deactivating it, is going to pull everything out of this chest, and it is not going to apply any paint to it. It's going to send it down the line, and wherever it can send it, it will send it. Now, this filter is a container itself, so the path on the left is going to be the shortest path it can send it to. If you have a container in the path, it'll first go to that container and explore whether it can do that. I have inside the source chest a bunch of cobblestone and a bunch of sand. And inside the filter, I have a stack of cobblestone. So once it gets the sand, it is not going to allow that sand through, and the sand will go to the right. I don't have to have a redstone charge going to that inline filter. Inline filters don't need redstone or bluetricity to do their thing. When the sand comes out, it'll go to the right. You'll see that in a moment. Let's give that a second to empty. Maybe I put too much in there. Just one moment. There we go. Oh, they can't go through the filter, so they go to the right. Now, one more thing. You can stick half a stack in this filter of one of the things, or a full stack, and it'll only pull that thing out of the destination chest. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so now as you can see, I've put the cobblestone into the filter, so the only thing it's going to pull out of the large chest is going to be the cobblestone. It's going to leave the sand. It won't know what to do with that, so it'll just leave it behind. There'll be 8 of these, and then it'll stop. Now, because that filter has cobblestone in it, it's letting it through, and it's going to there. There's one more thing to show you about this, and that is what happens when we change the amount of cobblestone this filter will let through. One moment. Now, you might think that leaving this one at 64 and changing this one to 32 would only allow half a stack through and the other half of the stack would go over here. But when it's inline, it's not powered. And I suppose that's the only reason why it allows this. All you actually need is one, and it'll let the entire stack through. See? And I'll show you again. There's a filter. Stick them all in there. And the entire thing goes out and comes in full stacks when there's only one in here. So you don't need to waste a lot of things filling up your entire filter with a stack of diamond if you want it to be able to filter a stack of diamond. Just put one diamond in, it'll be fine if it's inline. If you want to move entire stacks of diamond with filters from boxes, you'll have to put an entire stack of diamonds here. Maybe just 4 at a time, since, you're not going to be making that many diamonds that quickly, right? Maybe. So that's that. This has been Avogadro-Mole Moliere demonstrating the basics of filters and redstone tubes. One more thing I didn't show you over here. These covers are functionally blocking these from interacting. See? Interaction. There you go. So, this has been Avogadro-Mole Moliere, signing off. One last thing I forgot to demonstrate, and this is very important. At the moment, I have myself a screwdriver. A screwdriver you make by sticking a stick with an iron ingot. You use that screwdriver to rotate this. If you happen to orient it incorrectly when you place it down, just right-click on it with this so that the poop chute is in the right direction, and it'll do the rest. Every time you click on the screwdriver, it loses some durability. See that green bar down there? After a little while, it's going to start to go down. Apparently, it's got quite a bit of durability. I can't demonstrate it at the moment, but later on, perhaps I'll demonstrate one that is damaged. And all it does is just rotate that. There are 6 ways to rotate it because there's 6 faces of the cube.